This is a message for James David Manning and the Atlah Ministries Church. I am Pastor Minor, and I am willing to be your new pastor. Now let me explain. For the past few years, I've listened to the sermons and the teachings of Pastor Manning, and I have found him biblically and scripturally to be a false prophet. Now let me explain. Deuteronomy 13:1 says that if anyone comes among you and says things and predicts things in dreams and says that from God, and these things come to pass or do not come to pass, you are to cast him out and you are to kill him. Now, back in 2004, Pastor Manning predicted that Hillary Clinton would defeat Barack Obama and become president. These things did not come to pass, and therefore I am declaring Pastor Manning to be a false prophet, and he has no right to the pulpitship of the Atlah Ministries. Now, I realize that if Pastor Manning steps down from his position, there will be a vacuum of leadership, and that's where I come in. Pastor Minor, I am willing to be the pastor of your church. Now, I'm a pastor that doesn't have a church, and I don't even live in your town. But I see it as a win-win situation for both of us. You get rid of a clown, and you get to have a really good pastor who just happens not to have a church. Now, if Pastor Manning really thinks that he deserves to be pastor, I challenge you. I challenge you to a 3-part challenge, and I'll come to New York, and I'll stand outside Atlah, and I will challenge you to this. The first part is a physical challenge. 3 rounds of boxing, where I'm sure I'll whoop that booty all up and down the ring. The second part is intellectual. I challenge you to a chess match. And I've never played chess in my life, Pastor Manning. I don't care if you are a chess champion. I'm sure with even a cursory knowledge, in the next coming weeks, I'll be able to defeat you. And the final challenge would be spiritual. Now, we'll have a preach-off, both of us giving sermons at the subject of your choosing in front of your congregation. And I'm sure that I'll spiritually whoop that booty also. Now there you have it, Pastor Manning. There's the challenge. Will you accept? Now I'll come to New York and I'll challenge you, and I assume that if you don't show up, which is very likely, that you're stepping down from the pulpit, and I'll assume leadership of your church, which will be my church. And I'd like to say this to the congregation of Atlah and the people out there. Haven't you had enough? I mean, really, do we even have to go through this? Now I'll come there and I'll challenge him to his face and I'll defeat him, but people, come on. Is there even a contest? Look at me. I'm stronger than him. I'm physically stronger, I'm smarter, and I look better. Look at my clothes. Look how fine I look. Look at his goofy ass clothes. And look at me. Smart, intelligent, fine, handsome. Him, fat, ugly. You don't want that. You want a pastor like me. And so that's why I'm saying choose me. But you won't have to choose, because I'll come there and defeat Pastor Manning. Now, when this happens, I'm not like him. I don't believe in the old Talmudic law. I believe that law was fulfilled. And so, when he is defeated and shown up to be a false prophet, I do not want anyone to cause any kind of violence to him. Not even the most comical of violence. No one should affix a sign to his back that says, "I'm an idiot, please kick me in my fat ass." And then subsequently, no one should put on the heaviest of boot and proceed to boot him in his ass so hard that his breath smells like leather. These things should not happen. I do not advocate this. But what I will say is that I will be there in May, and I challenge you very heartily to this challenge, Pastor Manning, and we'll see who deserves to be the pastor of Atlah. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next coming weeks.